So for the second epsilon delta proof, the function here is the same, and the things that are different is the value that x is going towards and 5. And so we have more or less the same delta. We have the same delta because we have the same slope, the same equation, epsilon over 3. And then what we have to change here is for all x such that x minus, instead of a 1 here, we had a 1 because there was 1 up here. Instead of a 1 here, we are going to have a 2. So if x is very close to 2, if x minus 2 is within delta, we need x going to 2, we need x to be close to 2, then our f of x here, instead of having 2, so this 2 came from this part of the limit. This was the first one that we did. So instead of having a 2 here, we're going to have a 5, f of x minus 5. So this is going to be equal to, again, I'm going to plug in the expression for f of x. This is 3x minus 1. Instead of minusing 2, we have minus 5. So this is going to be 3x minus 6. But like before, we can pull out a 3 in front. So this is going to be equal to 3 times x minus 2. Okay, and as before, we said that x minus 2 is less than delta. And so 3 times x minus 2 is going to be less than 3 delta, right? This is how we get the inequality. And 3 delta, now we can substitute our value for delta, which is epsilon over 3, into this equation. So we get 3 times epsilon over 3, which is equal to epsilon. So again, putting that all together, we have this expression, f of x minus 5 all the way over here. And then these are all equal signs until we get to this less than sign here. And then you have epsilon over here. So this like big expression here, all that it is saying is that f of x minus 5 is less than epsilon whenever x minus 2 is less than delta. So that finishes our proof. So this whenever x minus 2 is less than delta, this statement allows us to do this thing right here, to like create this inequality. Because we have x minus 2 here, and since that is less than delta, then we can say that 3 times x minus 2 is less than 3 delta. Okay, now let's do the third one, which is a linear equation with a negative slope.